how are you all? Today I am gonna read the rules of last condition council regarding misconduct and irregularities. So let's start reading the rules and regulations regarding misconduct and irregularities of last condition council. Misconduct and irregularities. Ethical conduct in applying to law school. The practice of law is an honorable, noble calling. Lawyers play an important role in society by serving both their clients' needs and the public good. Your submission of an application for admission to law school is your first step in the process of becoming a lawyer. Now is the time as you take this first important step to dedicate yourself to a personal standard for your conduct that consists of the highest levels of honesty and ethical behavior. The legal profession requires its members to behave ethically in the practice of law at all times in order to protect the interests of clients and the publics. You must understand that those who aspire to join the legal profession will be held to the same high standard for truth, full disclosure, and accuracy that are applied to those who practice law. These standards also apply to those aspiring to further their education with a Master of Laws degree, LLM. The legal profession has set standards for ethical conduct for lawyers. Similarly, law schools have set standards for ethical conduct by law school applicants through the law school admission process. These standards are known as the LSAC rules governing misconduct and irregularities in the admission process. Just as lawyers are required to study, understand, and comply with the ABA's ethical standards, law school applicants are expected to read, understand, and comply with LSAC's ethical standards. If you fail to comply with LSAC's ethical standards, you may be barred from admission to law school. If you fail to disclose required information on your law school application, or if you engage in misconduct during the admission process that is discovered after you enroll in law school or start to practice law, you may face more serious sanctions. In appropriate cases, state and national bar authorities and other affected persons and institutions may also receive notification. Individual law school and bar authorities determine what action, if any, they will take in response to a finding of misconduct or irregularity. Such action may include the closing of an admission file, revocation of an offer of admission, dismissal from law school through a school's internal disciplinary channels, or disbarment. Thus, a finding of misconduct or irregularity is a very serious matter. Take the time right now to read LSAC's statement of on misconduct and irregularities in the admission process presented below. Misconduct and irregularities in the admission process. The Law School Admission Council has established procedures for dealing with instances of possible candidate misconduct or irregularities on the LSAT or in the law school admission process. Misconduct or irregularities in the admission process is, is a serious offense with serious consequences. Intent is not an element of a finding of misconduct or irregularities. This means that an honest mistake is not a defense to a charge of misconduct or irregularity. Misconduct or is or irregularity is defined as the submission as part of the law school admission process, including but not limited to regular transfer, LLM, and visiting applications of any information that is false, inconsistent, or misleading, or the omission of information that may result in a false or misleading conclusion or the violation of any regulation governing the law school admission process, including any violation of LSAT test center regulation. Example, examples of misconduct and irregularities include but are not limited to submission of false, inconsistent, or misleading statements or omissions of information requested online or on forms as part of registering for the LSAT or using LSAC's credential assembly service or on individual law school application forms. Submissions of an altered or a non-authentic transcript. Submission of an application containing false, inconsistent, or misleading information. Submission of an altered, non-authentic, or unauthorized letter of recommendation. Falsification of reports. Impersonation of another in taking the LSAT. Switching of LSAT answer sheets with another. Taking the LSAT for purposes other than applying to law school. Copying or sharing information or any other form of cheating on the LSAT. Containing Obtaining advance access to test materials, theft of test materials, working on making, erasing, reading, or turning pages on sections of the LSAT during unauthorized time, bringing prohibited items into the test room, falsification of transcript information, school attendance, honors, awards, or employment, providing false, inconsistent, or misleading information in the admission and financial aid scholarship application process, or attempt at any of the above. A charge of misconduct or irregularity may be made prior to a candidate's admission to law school, after matriculation at a law school, or after admission to practice. When alleged misconduct or irregularity brings into question the validity of the LSAT data about a candidate, the school may be notified of possible data and error, and transmission of that data will be withheld until the matter has been resolved by the law school admission council's misconduct and irregularities in the admission process subcommittee. The council will investigate all instances of alleged misconduct or irregularities in the admission process in accordance with the LSAC rules governing misconduct and irregularities in the admission process. A subcommittee representative will determine whether misconduct or an irregularity has occurred. If the subcommittee representative determines that a preponderance of the evidence shows misconduct or irregularity, then a report of the determination is sent to all law schools to which the individual has applied, subsequently applies, or has matriculated. Notation that a misconduct or irregularity report is on file is also included on LSAT and Credential Assembly Service reports to law school. Such reports are retained indefinitely. More information regarding misconduct and irregularity procedures may be obtained by writing to Miss CIRREG at the rate of LSAT.org. It simply means, and what they are telling that we work according to the law, and if you will do anything against our rules and regulations, then we will help you and we will not leave you. On the other hand, and contrary to this, if they themselves commit any crime wrong or any irregularity or commit any misconduct, then they are not answerable before anyone because they are the in charge. The Americans are the in charge, and they make the laws. They are the uh, owner of their departments. They have the authority to disqualify, debar, and charge anyone and destroy the career of anyone or life of anyone. So Americans basically are the people who obeys the law and impose the law and people of, and when you will commit crime, they will help you. But contrarily, when they will commit any crime, then they will not be answerable before anyone. This is the rule. So that's it. Okay, thanks.